If you have thought about quitting recently, have got negative thoughts about where you're at, then episode 202 is absolutely for you. Hello, it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 202 of MiTV, which is inspired by a conversation I had with a client of ours at an exhibition I saw them at the other week. And it was a conversation around they were feeling disgruntled, disillusioned by where their business was at. And it's a business that they've had for about 2 years, and they are ultimately thinking about whether this is the right thing to do or carry on. And now I will just caveat that this is what they do in the business is something that they absolutely love doing, like it's their passion. But they have a certain expectation of where their business should be at 2 years on, and it's not met it. So they are quite rightly, at this moment, they're having a moment where they feel like, is this the right thing to do? I've had my business for 14 years now. So I set up MiPA in 2008. And to cut a very long story short, because I just want this to be a quick win if you are not feeling in a great place right now, that this video just shakes you out of it, reasserts that there is no such thing as an overnight success. And if you are certain that you will become number one in your field, locally, whatever it is in your business, you can become the best you absolutely are, then over time, and everybody's story is different, it will work out. So I've had my business for 14 years, 2008 I started it, and I can quite categorically say that it is only in the past 18 months to 2 years that we have had the momentum or taken it to a size where I originally visioned it would be. So I've been working at MiPA working at the project of MiPA for 12 years before I've even in my head gone, yes, now I see what it was all about. Now I see what the past 12 years were for. And now I see where we're going to get to. I know that a lot of business owners who have become very, very, very successful, the growth of their business follows quite a steady kind of growth for a very long time. And you suddenly hit a momentum point of referrals, of client numbers, of reputation and this is kind of what I'm experiencing now, where the growth just becomes exponential because the compound effect, I love a good compound effect, it influences so many things. The compound effect makes it just naturally the growth becomes quicker, but it's taken me 12 years to even get to a point where I was like, now I'm starting to get pleased with where we're at. I was at a seminar the other week with Nigel Bottrell, and he had two really fantastic stories which I just thought were really, really pertinent for this, in that Walt Disney, whether you're a fan or not, you have to agree he created something really, really special. And when he first came up with the idea of creating Walt Disney and the cartoons and the park, he went to 302 banks before somebody said yes to loan him the money. Mr. KFC, the Colonel, he had 1,091 no's before somebody said yes to taking him on with his secret spices. I actually have to say I've only ever had a KFC once, so I don't know much about it, but I know it's a very specific recipe that made him become a really fast-growing food franchise. But he had 1,091 no's before he had a yes for the product that he'd created. On top of that, he was around 65 when that happened. Walt Disney was also middle-aged, in his 40s, before he got the yes that he needed. And you just have, the one thing that I can always say about MiPA, as many times throughout the 12 years leading up to where I kind of thought, yeah, we're going in the right direction, I have had it's just even not, I can't even count it anymore. So many times that I've had where I've been down about it, been upset, been despondent, wondered when it was going to get better. But I can always say that underneath that, I've always had an underlying feeling of there is a reason why I'm on this path, and there's a reason why that I just knew at some point somehow, and I didn't really know how and when, it was going to come good, for want of a better word. The person that I was talking to a couple of weeks ago really, really loved what they do, and they were really passionate about it. And as I was talking to them, what I said to them was, not lots of people have that about their business. And for me, when you are so passionate and love what you do, it takes time, as it does with most businesses, and it's pushing through that will get you to the place. I know you've all seen the cheesy picture of the guy mining, and then he's about a centimetre away and he's about to give up, and actually on the other side he's about to break through where he needs to get to. And that is literally my experience of MiPA. I'm not saying by any means that we're some kind of FTSE 100 company. We're not. We're just a growing business. But I'm just saying, at me personally, I am now becoming happier with where we're at. But it's taken me 12 years to get there. So I just wanted to do today's MiTV. If you have those thoughts about what is happening, where am I going with this? I'm also very aware that the media is going to get more and more dour and depressing, so please turn it off because it's not necessary to see it. And I know that some people's mindsets can be shaken in these times, but if you stay fast, stay strong with how you are, make sure you turn off the scrolling of socials, do the deep thinking on the things that are actually going to get you customers, get you paid faster. And also a really, really good book for this is a Seth Godin book called The Dip. Highly recommend it. It's quite a short read and it talks about exactly this, that if you have the passion for your business, or the project, whatever it is you're on, and you're absolutely adamant that you can become number one in it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how long your dip is. Mine was, I won't call the whole 12 years a dip, but it is an amazing journey, and I have also loved every minute, and if I didn't, I would have given it up. But it hasn't been where I've wanted it to be for 12 years. So I hope this MiTV helps you if you're having those thoughts, especially in November time as we're coming up to Christmas and all of the media is against any kind of optimism. I hope this is a jolt of optimism in your week. Seek out the Seth Godin book, read more about Walt Disney and KFC and the journey they went on to get to where they were, because they also had a very long dip. And then the upside of the dip was really, really freaking high. So I hope this week's episode 202 gives you a shot of optimism in your arm. I'm behind you, everyone's behind you. If you need any help about leveraging your time, or just take me up for a chat, because I'm more than happy to do that. But I've been where you are. I know what it's like when you just wonder when actually this is going to come, bud, but stick with it. You're going to get there. I hope this week's episode of MiTV helps you get your head out of the dirt and into the optimistic clouds, and I will see you next week for episode 203. See you then. Bye bye.